Hi, my name is Lucia Franco, and I'm a junior communication studies major at Azusa Pacific University. So what does it mean to be a communication studies major? Well, to understand that, I think it's important to understand why I chose to be a communication studies major in the first place. So when I was younger, I was told that I'd be a good therapist because I was good at communicating my thoughts and feelings in a way that not only expressed exactly how I was feeling, but also didn't hurt or offend someone, but was also honest. Does that make sense? I carried that along with me and initially decided to be a psychology major, to be a marriage and family therapist. But in my first psychology class, when we started learning about the brain, I realized that it wasn't for me. What I was more interested in was talking with people and understanding them and having them understand me in return. Organizing my thoughts and feelings into words and building relationships through that. Understanding why we choose to say or not say things, or why we say them and how it affects those we're communicating with. So I chose to be a communication studies major with an emphasis in interpersonal and organizational communication. With this emphasis, I had the opportunity to study topics such as emotional and social intelligence, organizational communication, nonverbal communication, gender communication, and so on. So what I have found most interesting in my studies is that we cannot escape communication. No matter what, we are always communicating. Even when we don't say anything, we are communicating. The gestures we make, the expressions on our face, communicate just as much as the words that come out of our mouth. What I have found most interesting in my studies is that we cannot escape communication. No matter what, we are always communicating. Even when we don't say anything, we are communicating. The gestures we make and the expressions on our face communicate just as much as the words that come out of our mouth. So being a communication studies major means understanding how communication shapes the world around us. When we communicate, we are shaping the relationships around us and the organizations we are a part of. If we can understand how we do that, we can learn the best way to do that. We can figure out what unhealthy and healthy communication is and how to manage conflict effectively to achieve the best possible outcome, and how to construct persuasive arguments. By doing that, we are learning to change the world through communication, and that's what it means to be a communication studies major. So how will this major help me in my work for this company? Like I said, communication is all around us and it's unavoidable, especially in the workplace. So in my work for this company, I will take what I've learned and apply it not only to the work that I do, but also my interactions with my coworkers and my leaders. Let's take my organizational communication class, for example. That class is dedicated to the way organizations shape us in addition to how we shape them. So when you think of organizations, you think of your employers, or you think of organizations you willingly take part of, such as like a church. But in reality, we're born into organizations. We're born into a hospital, we're born into a family, and those shape us. They shape the way we communicate. So by understanding how organizations have a direct impact on who we are as communicators, I'd be able to come into this organization and be able to see how the organizational structure shapes and develops those who are in the organization. With this, not only will I be able to adapt better to the organization, but also I'll be able to recognize where parts of the organization are weak and flawed, and take the appropriate means to help better that, to help make the organization work a little better and a little healthier. Another great class I've taken part of that will help me in my work for this company is my emotional and social intelligence class. Emotional and social intelligence are both pretty complex and interesting topics. Emotional intelligence is the understanding of our own emotions and the emotions of others. And social intelligence is the understanding of how to effectively navigate complex social relationships. They're both essential concepts to being productive and performing my best in the workplace. If I can understand how I feel when I get angry, for example, I know the appropriate methods to handle it in an appropriate way and to not let it get the best of me, and to let it not affect the way that I work or the work of the organization. And on the flip side, understanding when someone else is feeling angry or upset, I can use the skills that I learned in the class to work with them and to still obtain a good outcome. Of course, it doesn't only apply to my interactions with coworkers and leaders, but being able to recognize emotional and social intelligence will help me interact with our guests and give them the best possible service. So why should you hire me? Communication is essential to us, and I have the skills necessary to communicate effectively due to my degree in communication studies. Hiring me to work in your company means having excellent communication between myself, coworkers, leaders, and the guests we serve. Thank you.